Salty Springs survived the transition to Chapter 2, but it won't survive my pickaxe. What is up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be destroying Salty Springs. So we loot up this house and we get into our first fight. It's not too hard, they don't have any weapons. Someone else is after us at the same time, but we just finished this guy with a pickaxe, and then we chase someone around the house a bit. I miss a shot, and then I tag someone who's outside the house before throwing a grenade at myself. I run around screaming and then tag the person who was inside the house in the first place and finish them off after a few more misses. Next things next, we start chasing the guy who we tagged earlier. We miss a lot of shots before throwing a few grenades at them. So now it's time to start destroying Salty. We're going to start with the walls and yeah, we'll just get around it. Now it isn't long before we see our next player. We see them take someone out, and then for some reason they decide it's okay to dance on their enemy. So let's go teach them some manners. I tag them quickly, hit a few more shots on them before missing a bunch more. Then they start cranking on me, and I'm like, I don't really like this. So I throw down some decoys and hide it out for a bit. Unfortunately they don't come down. So then it's time to knock down their build and finish them with a shotgun shot. All done. Now, let's get back to destroying Salty. So now I hear a player. So I finish destroying the house, and then I destroy them. So I hear someone as I'm breaking this wall, so I decide to finish them off. I feel kind of bad though, because they didn't have any stuff on them. So I find this medkit and decide the logical thing is to heal up from my last battle. But someone shoots at me. So let's kill that Meowscles. Well, that wasn't exactly difficult. Less than 10 seconds after Meowscles, I notice some builds. So it's time to find that person. They run off towards the petrol station, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. I throw some grenades at them to break down the walls, and then try and finish them off with an AR. But unfortunately, I miss a lot of shots. After finishing them off with an SMG, it's time to keep breaking. So we're on the last house in Salty to break. Unfortunately the storm is coming in, so we won't see the whole thing without the storm. But, you know, it's pretty satisfying to finally get this all done. It didn't take too many tries to get to this stage, but, you know, it took its time. It felt very weird having Salty like this, without any buildings, but of course it would. But this isn't the end, because I'm planning on getting a win and getting out of the storm. Probably the other way round. But it's time to say goodbye to Salty, as empty as it is, and let's get out of here. But first, let's hop in here. This is just a third person point of view of Salty getting destroyed. It wasn't too hard. It did take a bit of time to do, but It looks pretty cool. So now we're back in gameplay. Let's finish the game. We've got 7 kills so far, and we've got to get to the other side of the storm. Luckily we've got the bandage bazooka, so we should be able to heal up enough. And our loot isn't terrible. It would be nice to take out some more players. So, here's to hoping. Here's our first interaction with the players that aren't from Salty. These guys were in Frenzy Farm. I got a kill stolen, which is unfortunate. But I did manage to get this guy. This next person is a bit tougher to kill. So I head to the next zone collecting ammo and materials. Soon after looting that chest, I spot them again up by the hay bale. I take a few shots and I miss a few more. I reload, then get ready to finish them off. Fortunately they had some good loot, including a gold scar and a blue pump. They also had some big shields, so I could use that to get the rest of my health up. After a bit of aimless wandering, I heard one of the last people behind me, so I quickly finished them off so as not to take too much damage. Fortunately I didn't take any damage, so I was well prepared for the final guy. More wandering around later, I failed to notice the guy building in the background, but then I do see him gliding off. I try and get a few shots in, but I missed them all, unfortunately. And then we end up taking a few shots at each other, and he does a lot of damage to me, getting me down to 40 health. He has an RPG, which is not good for me, and I mess up a few of my builds. I try and protect myself as best as I can, but I know there's no chance, so I launch pad out, so I can get an advantage point, or to heal up a bit. He does follow me, so I end up making a backtrack back to the launch pad, and launching off again. This time I find out where he is and get some high ground on the build. I build myself into a little box, but he RPGs me down. I take a bit of full damage down to 29 HP. And he's still trying to get the little shots off of me. I break down his builds to stop him advancing, but he's reloading his rocket launcher. I get 38 damage on him, which is good, but not good enough. I build over my top while I drink some minis, and I'm literally terrified at this stage. I can't quite see him, but I hear him loading his rocket launcher and he breaks the whole build. I notice him underneath me briefly, and then see him building his own little thing where he builds himself into the floor accidentally. I wait around the outside before realizing this is a perfect opportunity for me to pop a med kit. So that's exactly what I do. I also hear him drinking some meds of some sort, and I know when I've finished this med kit, I've got to spray his builds, which is precisely what I do. I apply pressure so he's forced to edit out. He tags me, I finish him off with a shotgun with 2 HP to spare. Victory Royale, 11 kills, and I destroyed Salty at the beginning. Not bad.